bring friends for Hammerschlagen. Admission is just $9 in advance, and VIP gives you tokens, a Stein, rooftop access, and more. Lincoln's Oktoberfest, where the beer is flowing, the food is sizzling, and the spirit is Bavarian strong. Be there.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, this is Tom Osborne. Join me on September 23rd and dine at your favorite local Renza in support of Teammates Mentoring. 10% of Renza sales on September 23rd will benefit your local Teammates Mentoring chapter. Teammates Mentoring helps students reach their full potential by providing a caring adult mentor to meet with them once a week in school. Thank you for your support of Teammates Mentoring. We will see you at Runza on September 23rd.
M Suits Clothiers, Lincoln's favorite men's store, is ready for the fall season. Stop by today to see the newest arrivals in casual and sportswear from Johnny O, Seven Diamonds, Mavi, Task, Luciano Visconti, Scott Barber, and many more. M Suits Clothiers, 1 block south of 56th and Pine Lake Road. Follow the Huskers to the City of Angels when Nebraska plays at UCLA in November. Book your official Nebraska alumni travel package at HuskerFanTravel.com. Choose from 2 or 3 night options that include a hotel in scenic Santa Monica, an exclusive welcome event, game day transportation, and the official Husker Huddle pregame party. Add on your game tickets for an optional upgrade. Transportation to and from LA is not included. Join the official Nebraska alumni trip to see the Huskers play at UCLA. Spots are limited, so book your trip now at HuskerFanTravel.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Strap up your headgear and try not to hit the mat too hard. This is Takedown Tuesday with Nebraska Wrestling National Champion Ridge Lovett.
Oh my goodness, it hits up. Short time, right down to the wire. And the drought is over. Nebraska with a national champion for the first time since 2011. What started in Post Falls, Idaho, is punctuated in Philadelphia. Ridge Lovett in his 6th year, a title winner.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by Stevens & Smith Construction and the Teammates Mentoring Program. With your look inside Husker Wrestling, here is your host, Ridge Lovett.
Welcome to Takedown Tuesday with Husker Wrestling on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Ridge Lovett. First, I'd like to tell you about our sponsor, Stevens Smith Construction. Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket is sponsored by Stevens Smith Construction. Stevens Smith Construction is an employee-owned company with nearly 250 employees with over 2,000 years of service combined. They lead the industry as a full-service concrete company specializing in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. Stevens Smith has locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City. You can learn more today at stevenssmith.com. If you got any comments or questions, you can be a part of the show by texting our Sutter Heyman Jewelers text line at 402-464-5685 or by leaving a comment on our Facebook, X, or YouTube stream. You can also call into the show at the Honda of Lincoln hotline at 402-464-5685. So no guests today, just me and Austin in here. And right before we started getting going, we were talking a little bit about the lift schedule I've been on. I've been in there lifting with the big guys, trying to get a little bit bigger. And we were also talking a little bit about just how to maintain the workload, right?
Here's the thing, Rich. First of all, some people would consider you the big guy. Let's think about that.
I don't know about all that.
I'm just telling you for a fact, some people would consider you the big guy. I mean, at the very least, big man on campus, if not the big guy. I mean, come on.
Shoot, maybe. I don't know if I'm quite that big, but yeah, no. So with switching from folk style to freestyle, right? So the weights change. We're switching to kilos. And ideally for me, where I was last year and the few years prior to that, 149 seemed like the best weight for me from where I was size-wise. I was walking around right about 158, 59, but a lean 158, 59, right? Like I've always kind of struggled cutting weight and being able to get that weight off. So, that 9-10 pounds, that was manageable for me. Once I start getting past that, it starts getting a little tough. So switching.
What's the toughest part about it? What makes it so tough?
Because I can't diet off a lot of the weight.
Right.
So like if you have a higher body fat percentage, you can kind of change your diet and you can start to shrink your body a little bit. Right. Like we could see that with Silas going from 97 down to 84. Well, now Silas is a real lean 84 pounder now.
Gotcha.
Right. He had a little bit of gravy on his biscuit, as Coach Manning would say, up in 97. But, he does a really good job of it. Like throughout the summer, because once season's over and once he's done competing in the summertime, he's on the camp train, going around doing all these camps. Coaches are like, hey, you want to go out to eat? Where do you want to go? What do you want? So, all right, you put on a couple of pounds out there eating good. But Silas is probably one of the best that I've seen do it. Changing his diet and being able to like taper his weight down.
Gotcha.
Right. So a month ago, 2 months ago, he was still a little thick, and now he's takes the shirt off, abs are ripped, his veins are popping. So it's like you can tell that he's lost a significant amount of body fat.
Just the biscuit now, no gravy.
Yeah, no gravy. But for me, I never really get above 10% body fat. So right, it's like staying in that healthy range where it's like I don't want to get down too low, but then at the same time only being able to lose 3-4% of that body fat. It's like it's not. It doesn't make it much easier to get that weight off, right? So Silas makes diet changes, locks into his diet, follows the strict diet plan, and he can lose 8, 9, 10 pounds just in that body fat, and now he's good again, right? But for me, getting down, changing my diet, I can lose 3 to 4, maybe ish, right in there. But
that's still got a ways to go.
Still got a ways to go. Right, especially once you're talking more than 10 pounds, a lot of that's going to have to end up being water weight. But shout out to TT. TT makes it super at the training table. You have all your options, and they have different size plates. So you fill up a little plate, right? And it's like, oh, like my whole plate's full, right? So you kind of trick your brain a little bit. There's little tactics you can do like that. But
walk us through. I mean, you were there for the old one. You're here for the new one. What are kind of the main differences? Location, obviously.
Location, for real. The old one, I had zero complaints with it. Although they did trick me because on my recruiting trip, there was ice cream and soda in there. And then I got to school here and the soda machine was gone and it was water. I was like, well, what are we doing? Right. But freshman year, once like we were meeting with the dietitians, shout out Nuwani. She works with the Olympic Training Center now. Ron is awesome though. Our new dietitian. He's the GOAT. But like working with her, talking with her, because I was cutting down to 133 and I was walking around at like 52, 53.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So that one was a tough cut.
Yeah.
Right. Trying to shrink my body and trying to live around 45. Right. I had to make some major diet changes, lifestyle changes. And the biggest part for me was 1, just cutting out fast food. And then 2 was just no more soda, right? Which seems like an easy decision, but like when you go out to dinner, my family's in town, like, what do you want? And I'm like, oh, I want a Dr. Pepper. I want a Sprite. It's like, no, I'll be okay with water, right? Just like making those little changes. And that's the biggest thing that I tell like younger kids when they're asking me like, hey, like, so I weigh this, I'm trying to get down to this weight. First of all, I'm like, well, do you really need to be cutting weight? Like,
you're young. Come on.
You're young. Like how, like if you're not in high school, I really don't see a point to cut weight. And even in high school, if it's not like a manageable amount, I think cutting weight, it takes the fun out of wrestling because are you practicing? Are you trying to get better when you're in practice, or are you practicing to lose weight? Right. Like my freshman year of college, I was practicing to lose weight. I was working out 2 or 3 times a day, just trying to keep my weight down at that 45-ish, which was tough. Staying at,
and that's before you really had to cut.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the first 8 pounds. That fell off like nothing. Then as that next 10 is then it really starts getting rough. But the TT made it super easy. They do have ice cream at the new training table. I was dabbling a little bit after season this year.
Are we doing like TB12, Tom Brady 12, like avocado ice cream stuff, or like ice cream?
Ice cream, vanilla and chocolate, or you can get swirl if you really like it.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, shoot. But yeah, so I avoided that stuff during the season, obviously. But for those two are the biggest differences, I think, to make immediate changes in like your energy levels and the way that you like approach your diet for sports. Because like when I was in high school, it really didn't matter what I ate. I wasn't cutting at all my senior year. I cut a little bit my junior year. I was pulling quite a bit my sophomore year just because it was better for the team. Right. So somebody had to make a sacrifice. There was 2 of us that probably should have been 13 pounders. But I knew that I could have won it at 106, and my coach was like, hey, it'd be best for us if you went 106. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I wrestled 106 for the first half of the season, and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Sorry, coach, I tried.
I weigh 125 pounds. Like, I can't make 106 anymore. I'm really, really hurting. But
walk us through that. You're in high school. You're good enough to get noticed by Nebraska and get recruited. And you mentioned too, like the youth, there's got to be some benefit to learning some of those routines, those regimens you got to be on to do it, but still being able to A, find the love for wrestling, B, make sure you're healthy, right? I mean, those are key formative years for you, not just mentally, but physically as well. Then what was the adjustment then from youth to high school and then high school to Nebraska, some of those big like culture shock changes?
Yeah. From middle school to high school, there wasn't a huge change for me personally. They're a little bit like, obviously the kids were stronger, right? They're older, they're stronger. I wasn't super strong. I weighed 94 pounds my freshman year of high school. So I was little.
Makes you feel any better. I weighed 100. So
yeah, right. Same boat.
I get it,
same
man.
boat.
I get it.
See, so in Idaho, I was lucky because we had a 98-pound weight class.
Oh, nice.
We were one of the only states in the country that had a 98.
Nice.
So I lived in the panhandle of Idaho. So we would wrestle a lot in Washington and Oregon, and lowest weight was 106. Like my very first duel, I wrestled 106.
Weighing 94.
Yeah. Weighed in 94. And then the second duel, wrestled 106 again. Third duel, I bumped up to 113. I was wrestling a returning state champ from Caldwell. They won the team title the year before, and they was like a state champ duel. So like Hermiston won state, we won state, and then Caldwell won state. And they brought us all in the duel. And at both those matches, it came down to me. Tight duels. One of against Hermiston probably was the craziest duel I've ever been in. We were talking about Ohio State last week.
Right.
But my freshman year, so it's like when you're in the duels, we wrestled a Washington team first. That they were a small school and then won the small division in Washington. We kind of kicked their butt a little bit. Then we were wrestling Hermiston, and we were down by 11 going into heavyweight.
That's a lot.
A pin is worth 6.
It's still,
so it's like it's attainable, but it was a stretch. But our heavyweight goes into overtime because in the duels we started at 106, and then the next duel is going to start at 113. The next duel starts at 120, right? So they kind of go up. So we started with me. Then the next duel, I was the last match. Goes into heavyweight, and the heavyweights go into overtime. And our heavyweight throws the kid in a head and arm with 3 seconds left and pins him with 1. It was insane.
So you're down 5 coming up to you.
We're down 5, and I was coming up. So like our whole team is fired up. We're lit. We're like, yeah, because I'm like, I know for a fact, like I'm gonna go pin this kid. No, like I'm 100% gonna go pin this kid. And this kid came out shaking. He was so scared. His coach was yelling at him. He's like, you cannot get pinned. And he was shaking. I'm like, oh yeah, we're in good shape. Then the next duel,
You got him, right?
I pinned him. I pinned him in the first period, got him out of there. We were good. We were
light,
good.
Light work.
It was light work. But then the next duel, it came down same sort of thing. I think we were down by like 7 or 8, but they didn't have a 106 pounder, and we brought JV kids with us. So we had a JV 106 come out, and then we bumped me up to 113.
So then if they don't have someone, is that just free point for you at 106, essentially? 6 free
counts
point.
as a fall.
Whoa.
Counts as a pin, yeah.
Woo-hoo.
So a forfeit counts as a pin. So we got a pin there. So we were only down by 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but it was, if I lost, we lose. If I win, we win. I'm wrestling defending state champ, and he was giant. He was cutting hard to 113. And I weighed in at 94 pounds. I was like, oh my gosh. Kid runs me off the mat, right off the bat, just shoves me into their coaches, the bench. I was like, oh boy, here we go. Came out, got 1 takedown, and shoot, it was all work on top. Started whooping him.
Let's go.
Yeah, so that was a good weekend. But
right,
it was like the change from middle school to high school, I didn't really feel it. But once I got to college, there was a big change. Right, especially with the weight cutting stuff and being like Coach Snyder talks about it a lot, just being a professional in the sport and like what that looks like. Right. One big thing is being in charge of your own development. Right. Because like the coaches, they have 30 kids that they're trying to help get better. Right. We have like 4 or 5 coaches. So they can only be working with so many kids at one time.
Like 5 to 7 per coach.
And a lot of times Coach Snyder is wrestling. So he's with one person.
Yeah.
Coach Travell is wrestling. He's with someone.
It leaves 3 for 28.
James Green's wrestling. Robert Kokesh is wrestling. So we have Coach Manning who's walking around like checking in on people. Right. So a big part of it is working with your partners, grabbing different partners, and like being professional and working on your own development, knowing what you need as a wrestler to get better. And then another part of it is lifestyle and diet. Right. Because if you're out at the bars every single weekend and you're doing all that stuff and you're going out and you're up all night, right, you're not going to come into practice after being out all weekend and be able to perform on Monday.
Right.
Right. So that's probably going to be a rough practice. And for a lot of kids, that's a wake up call. Right. They're like, oh, I'm red shirt and not a big deal, whatever. Because the coaches, they're more focused on the guys who are going to be starting this year. Right. Like we need to get these guys ready for war right now. So the red shirts, they're kind of like, oh, I'm red shirt and whatever. Well, then they come in and it's like, hey, like you guys need to be in charge of your own development. You need to be ready to get better. And then the lifestyle stuff, like, hey, you guys can't be out all night. You can't be doing that stuff every weekend. I know that you're in college now. Your parents aren't here. You get to do whatever you want, but we're being professionals.
Are there any of those red shirts since you've been here in Lincoln that have handled that year better than others? Ones they're like, hey, if you approach your red shirt year like this guy, you got a chance.
Yes, absolutely. Some of them still haven't seen the lineup yet, but just the way that, right. And sometimes that's super important. You have these kids that work really hard and they're doing all the right things. And that rubs off on the kids who are just naturally talented, right? You have the kids who, like with wrestling, we call it having like the feel. Like there's certain things, like there's little kids that you can watch them wrestle and they don't really know what they're doing, but they're doing stuff that's really good. Because like they can just kind of feel stuff. Like, oh, when he's doing this, if I do this, that'll work.
Yeah.
I'm like, there we go. Like that's the feel. And some kids kind of struggle to develop that. But like Blake Cushing, he was a 141 pounder. He's bumping up to 149 to compete for that spot this year. And he's like the essence of perfection when it comes to living your life the right way, dieting the right way, pushing yourself during the workouts, and being in charge of your own development. Right. So shout out Blake Cushing. That boy's a Terminator. He's out here tracking down the records for our J Street run. When we run from Devaney to J Street, all the stairs in the stadium. He's hot on the trail to break all those records. The kid's a machine. Never seen anybody work like him. It's nuts. Right. So being able to have those, and that's another thing that I'd say Coach Manning is really good at, is finding guys, right, that fit the culture and that live their life the right way. They get good grades. They're at practice every day, on time, ready to go. And when they're in the room, they push everybody to be elite. Right. They might not get the shine out there on the mat, but like without those kids, Hayden Mills is another one. I've been talking about him for a couple weeks. Like when we're in the weight room, people are like, so like, how do I like start getting stronger? How do I do this? Like, look, like how did Hayden Mills get strong? Because when he came into college, he looked like me my freshman year. I was still just a little high school kid.
Right.
I looked like a kid. I had no facial hair, was baby faced, wasn't super defined or strong, but he won lifter of the year last year. He was at every single lift. He ate clean. He worked his butt off in the wrestling room and in the weight room. Right. And like, you can just see the change from him last year to this year. He looks like a different person. Right. So Coach Manning does a really good job of finding kids who aren't going to get the shine right away, Like with those kids, like you always hope that they find their chance to break their way into the lineup. But we're the number 2 team in the country. So like there's people who are multiple time state champs that aren't going to see the lineup.
Which is kind of crazy to think about. I mean, but that's the mark of a healthy, self-sustaining program. I can't imagine being in Coach Manning's shoes and trying to recruit that way. I mean, obviously from the outside, we're thinking about the starting lineup, the 10 that are going to take the mat. And going to these other young men and just saying, hey, I can't promise you anything. I can offer you a chance. Maybe you're not a starter right away, or maybe not for a few years, but I can promise you I'm going to pour into you the exact same amount as the guys that are in the starting lineup. Coach Manning doesn't seem like the type of guy to just recruit a kid just to fill the team.
Yeah,
he seems like the type of guy that's going to be very intentional with who he gets, like you said, the field guys, the culture guys, and really only take, scholarship limits and whatnot and rev share. Like, those are considerations in college sports, but at least from the outside looking in, seems like Coach Manning does a good job of not wasting his student athletes' time. Like, if you're not going to make, he doesn't think you have a chance, he's not going to take you just to fill out his roster. He's going to take you for a reason because he thinks you can mean something to Nebraska wrestling.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. And having those kids in there that that are going to work their absolute hardest every single day. One, they're hard to find. Right. And I've kind of figured this out, like doing my coaching, going and doing all the camps every summer, like finding a kid who has the desire to get better is hard to see. Right. And a lot of the kids, they're not good at hiding their body language. Right. We always talk a lot, at the end of practice, hey, good body language. You practice it now. Now is when, you're tired. Everybody's tired at the end of practice, but you should look like you're not. You should be standing up, chest out, your head's up, right? You're ready to go, getting ready for the next one. But it's the same thing walking into practice. I was just on the phone a little while ago with Caleb Smith. It's when I'm doing my coaching stuff here in Lincoln, it's I can walk into practice. I'm still an athlete. I still go to practice every single day. I still go to weights. I can walk into practice, and if you point at someone, does he want to be here today? I just by looking at their face, it's a yes or no. It's an easy choice. I can make that decision, no problem. Right? The high school kids that I work with and stuff, and some of the younger guys, it's I don't know if they think I'm dumb, but it's
well, they're high schoolers. Of course, they think you're dumb. That's
absolutely
just part of the course.
They know better than me. They do. But it's I can walk into practice, and it's I can see that you don't want to be here, right? I'm taking time out of my day to try to help you be better, and it's just you're oh, another day of wrestling practice. I don't really, but it's no, that's the wrong mindset. You have
so how does Coach Rich handle that? Are you a kick them out of the gym guy? Are you a try to motivate, inspire them guy? Are you a make them run till they're happy guy? What's Coach Rich's getting the mindset strategy?
See, sometimes I do want to make them run till they're happy or kick them out, right? But no, it's definitely a motivation thing, right? Because I get to talk to them about you guys have an opportunity today to get better, right? You guys are obviously here for a reason. Some of you might be here because your parents want you to be here, and if that's the case, well, then you have other conversations to have. You don't need to be talking to me.
Right.
But with some of them, it's I ask them what are your goals for wrestling? Well, I want to be a state champ. Okay. So when you walk into practice, you can't be pouting. You can't look like there's anything. I'd rather be at home doing laundry than do this right now. Right. You gotta come in and attack the workout every single time.
Your girlfriend broke up with you. Sorry, not a reason to be sad. It's the reason to get better.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Right. But just being able to take the opportunity each day, which is what I tell them, you have an opportunity today to get better, right? You told me last week that you wanted to be a state champ, and now you're acting like you don't want to be here. I can see you don't want to be here. I see it with some of my teammates every day. They walk in, I'm yeah, he had a rough weekend, or he had whatever. It's you can tell, yeah, he failed an exam yesterday. He doesn't want to be at practice today. He's going to get chewed out later, and this is going to be a tough workout, right? But
I do have to ask as well. I mean, I know you're going to cop out and say all of them because you wrestle with all of them. Was there one coach at Nebraska that really helped you kind of flip that switch, that helped you have that light bulb turn on?
Coach Manning, I've never been to a workout that Coach Manning didn't want to be at. I've said that a lot, and it's still true. Every single day that if he walks in the room with a Celsius, you better get ready. You better get ready.
He'll be at practice like a rat on a Cheeto.
Absolutely. Every single day he comes in fired up, ready to go. And if he has a Celsius and starts working out, it's going to be a heater. But I would say Coach Snyder, just with truly talking to me about what it truly means to be a professional, right? Because I've wrestled with Coach Snyder a lot. We were partners in practice a lot. So just being able to talk to him during practice, after practice, go sit in his office and chat a little bit. But really being able to flip the switch, right? And sometimes it comes down to just being tough, right? I know, like, everybody in college, like, we talk about it all the time with wrestling. Like, everybody's hurt, nobody cares. Everybody's tired, nobody cares, right? You're never at 100%, but
Nobody
sometimes nobody cares, right? Especially not your opponent. He's
Right.
he's happy about it. But just being able to come in and just, focus on one thing every day. Just get better at one thing. You have an opportunity. We're in the practice room for 2 hours. If you get better at one thing, you had a good day, right? So Coach Snyder was really big on that with me, especially my freshman year with the weight cut, because everybody knew it was tough. I would come into weigh-ins. Sometimes I would look like I was dying, but
And you probably were.
sometimes some days were better than others, but yeah, some days I really was dying, right? But I remember one duel, my freshman year, we dueled Oregon State, and it was our first duel back from Christmas break. And when I came back, I was nowhere near my 45-pound mark where I wanted to be. I was nowhere close. And then I cut my weight the wrong way. I crash dieted. I was working out 4 times a day, doing everything I could to get my weight down. And then I went out there and I could barely even get in my stance and like move. I got my butt kicked a little bit. It did make me feel better. The next year he was an All-American, so it turned out he wasn't
A slouch.
Yeah, he
right?
wasn't a slouch. He was tough. But Coach Snyder called me the next day. He was like, "So, like, how did it feel dropping that one?" I was like, "Well, not good." What? He was like, "Exactly. Like, if you're going to be a professional, be a professional. Figure your weight out."
Was it one of those you didn't just drop the match on match day conversations?
Yeah. It was like that I lost that match a week and a half before. I lost that match a week and a half before it happened. Right. So he was like, "Hey, so how did that one feel?" Well, it sucked, dude. Like, what do
you know how it feels, coach? Come on.
Yeah, but that was the last match that I lost in the Devaney. Right. So it was like there was a mindset flip there. It was like, hey, if you're gonna be a professional, be a professional. Handle your weight, live the right way, do the right things. Beep. I was like, well, man, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Message received. I got you, coach.
And that was probably the day that like I really made this switch. Like, okay, yep, you're right. No more soda, no more McDonald's. I don't need that stuff. We have training table. I can eat right. I can live my life the right way and really do this the right way. Right. And that now with what we were talking about earlier with the guys that Manning brings in, like that's what the culture is now. We are all here. We have one goal. We all want to win. Right. So why wouldn't we do everything that we can to make that happen? Right. Be a professional. And that's we talk a lot about the culture that Manning's been putting in. Right. But it's the whole coaching staff being on the same page. Right. The head coach didn't have to call me and have that conversation.
Right.
One of his head assistant can call me and have that conversation. Right. Because they're on the same page. Right. And that's how you really start to build that culture, build that foundation. And then 4 years later, we're the second best team in the country. We would have won 6 of the last 10 NCAAs with our performance. Right. So it's really.
Well, when you think about that fact, you would have won 6 out of the last 10. How does that make you feel?
We took second. So
This
right.
is what
we
it
didn't
is.
win this year. It's like, oh yeah, we could have won a couple years ago, but it's like there's room to work. We can still get better.
Yeah.
Right. So
there's not a lot of looking back. Man, what if? Man, why'd it have to be us? It's more we're already that close.
Right. We're like, oh, if it was a different year, it could have been us, but it wasn't. And this is where we're at. Right. We'll get right back into more of that. More Takedown Tuesday coming at you next on 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio, video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Oh, Kansas.
Here we go. Second half today.
You just don't stop giving, do you?
Green flag, we're underway.
The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history. Close to downtown, amazing campgrounds, 3 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs.
God can't drive.
Now you're just showing off. But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 26th through the 28th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Are your feet just killing you and you feel like all hope is lost? Say goodbye to discomfort and hello to pain relief at Brown's Shoe Fit. They offer expert advice along with high-quality products to help you find the right solution tailored to your specific needs. Need a different width? Not a problem. Brown's carries a wide range of widths in store. Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
With your look inside Husker Wrestling, here is your host, Ridge Lovett, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Ridge Lovett. With me today, no guests, but Austin Norman's in here with me. And we were just talking a little bit about dorm life, living at UNL, going through that stuff, and a little bit about cutting weight and going to class. and getting all that homework done. It's stressful. Because when I originally came to UNL, I was planning, wrestling was supposed to pay for school. And then it kind of more changed later on down the road where I'm going to school so I can keep wrestling. Because I thought I was going to be a doctor. Really did. I was going to be an anesthesiologist. I was.
Hello.
Oh yeah, I was locked in.
So you're not going to be a surgery guy.
Mm-mm.
You knock people out.
Yeah,
I like it.
Right, it's close to wrestling. Same idea sometimes. But yeah, when I was cutting to 33 my freshman year, it was like my energy levels weren't great, and taking the chemistry, biology, calculus, taking all those classes were really tough, and my grades slipped hard. Right, so then later on down the road, I had to switch it up, but. We did okay.
You can always go back, right?
Yeah, I guess could go back. But no, communications, economics. I was like, yeah, I can do this stuff. And school also did get easier once I bumped up to 149. Right, kind of like what I was talking about earlier. More natural weight for me. And so I guess back to the original conversation with the weightlifting stuff. So the weights in freestyle is either 143.5, which is 65 kilograms, or it's 143.5 or 153, right? Between 65 kilos and 70 kilos.
Okay.
So for the world championships every year, there's 10 weights, but for the Olympics, there's only 6, right? So the 70 kilos goes away. And it's either 65 kilos or 74 kilos,
okay,
which comes up more closer to 165-ish, right? So it's like I had a decision to make. I'm either going to have to go down another 5.5 pounds from 49 where I felt good, which I've done a couple times. I've wrestled 65 kilos, and it's a big pull.
Okay.
Getting down to 65 is a big pull.
Okay.
Or I can stay at 70 kilos until 2028. But 2028 is okay. Am I going to wrestle 165 or am I going to wrestle 143? Right now we're talking about a big jump.
That's 22 pounds difference.
Yeah. So the last couple of weeks that we've been walking in here, I've been hobbling in there lifting with Cade Ziola and Cooper Colson. Cooper Colson is another one of those guys who's just a workhorse. We did the lift today, and I walked out. Oh my goodness, my chest, my back, we were pulling hard. And then he went and ran.
Psycho.
He went and ran like 3 miles. I was like, this kid's different. He's different.
Were you a lifter in high school?
No, was not a lifter. So my freshman year, I did take weights. I weighed 94 pounds. I wasn't pushing nothing. I wasn't moving
But
anyway.
you can be a lifter without, if you're going through it, like trying to get bigger. Because I'm in that same boat with you. I mean, I was 100 pounds soaking wet. Best thing that happened to me in my storied high school athletic career, kidding, was I went from 130 pounds as a freshman to 135 as a sophomore. 35 pounds, I grew 8 inches as well. That was just natural. Like I was still doing the lifting stuff. Like I went to the middle school lifts, but it just wasn't time for me to grow yet.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't for cutting weight, I probably could have went to the NFL maybe.
Oh,
started my growth a little bit.
Without a doubt.
No, but yeah, like I made a big jump like that. So my freshman year, I was at 94 pounds. And then my sophomore year, I jumped up to like 125.
There we go.
And then I started taking a couple more little jump, gained 5-10 pounds.
Yeah.
And then coming to college, I gained 10. Because originally the plan was for me to redshirt my freshman year, and then I was probably going to wrestle 33, 41. We didn't know yet. But then coming into college, once you get on TT, once you're actually really lifting, right? Because I lifted my freshman year of high school in athletic conditioning, which was like 2 days in the weight room, 2 days doing like conditioning stuff. And it was like an athletes only type of class, unless the teachers, like they were coaches, but the teachers for that class would say okay to you. Like, yeah, you can definitely be in here. You're an athlete. You can do this stuff. You can work with these kids.
Gotcha.
So it was only 2 days a week in the weight room, and it was 45 minutes. Like, so we weren't getting a whole lot done in there. Right. And I'm in high school. I'm in there with all my friends. We were messing around more than we were really lifting, but getting to finally like really focus on trying to get a little bit bigger, get stronger, get ready to wrestle 70 kilos, maybe 74 kilos. Right. It's been different. Getting in there lifting with the heavyweights, it's those
different
kids
world, huh?
Oh yeah, right. Because Ziola is kind of in the same boat as me. He's redshirting this year. He's going to be a heavyweight, but he came into college weighing 215, 220 ish. Weight's 285. That's the max.
There's some room there.
Most heavyweights are in the 240 to 260 range.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? They're not all the way up there.
No, you have some that are. Colton Schultz from Arizona State.
Yeah.
Big dude. He's big. right? But he's a Greco-Roman guy, and I think that their weight is 130 kilos, which comes out to a lot.
Yeah.
It's closer to 300 than 285.
Gotcha.
So, right, you have for heavyweights, you have to be at a decent size. Otherwise, like we've had heavyweights get hurt just like
because there's a 30-pound weight difference.
Yeah, I weigh 235 pounds. This kid weighed in at 270. Like, how am I? When you shoot and he drops on you, that's a lot of weight.
Right.
So, he's in there. His main focus right now is getting bigger, and we've seen that with Harley Andrews as well. He was undersized, eating whatever, walking around at 230. So this summer he did the 70 hard, 75 hard, whatever it is.
Okay.
So he was focused on his diet, lifting, making sure he's in a calorie surplus, right? Doing the right things, lifting hard. And now he's gained 15, 20 pounds.
Nice.
Right. So he's in a better spot now. Right.
Talk about his not just his physical growth, his mental growth you've seen from him from when he first got to campus to now.
Yeah. Coming in, it's tough for everybody, right? But like with Harley, he came from a powerhouse program in Oklahoma. Tuttle has been pumping kids out for a while that have had success. A bunch of them stay in Oklahoma State, that type of stuff. But they've had kids go all over. Since I've been here, we've had 2 Tuttle kids on the team. And I came on my visit with 2 Tuttle kids, right? 2 different ones. So it's like they're sending kids D1. And coming from a program like that, where you're the top dog in a top dog program, now you come to Nebraska and it's, every single kid in this room was the top dog in their room. Right. So it stings your pride a little bit. Right. I came in here and I was like, I was 4-time undefeated state champ. I took 7th at Worlds. I won 3 Fargo titles, was in the final 7 times. Like, whose resume can match mine? Well, his can. Right. So it's like, no, you're wrestling Chad Red. Chad Red's a 2-3-time All-American, and he was undefeated in high school. You two go together because you're only one weight apart. So then you're getting your butt kicked, right? So Harley had a little bit of that going on, but
how did he handle that mentally? Same like normal adjustment period for him?
Ups and downs, and you see it a lot with a lot of kids, ups and downs, because you come in, you got him on Friday. Like, I had a good day on Friday. I kind of kicked his butt a little bit, got more takedowns than I usually do, and then you come in on Monday and that ain't happening today, right? So the mental part, I think, is where you see a lot of really, really good high school kids kind of fall off a little bit as they move up into college. And it's definitely a struggle and a battle that you can only get so much help with, right? Like for me, that switch was when I talked to Coach Snyder on the phone, right? He was like, hey, like, you got to lock in. You got to start being a professional. I was like, okay, boom, made the switch right there. And I was like, I'm done doing it my way, and I'm going to do it the way that I know that I'm supposed to, which isn't always easy. It's not always easy to do, especially finding so much success doing it your way.
Right.
And now it's like, okay, so what I've been doing and what I've been successful with for so long isn't quite working anymore.
Right.
Right. And being able to make that switch. And I think that his finish to last season really kind of helped him make that switch this summer. Right. Because we had 9 guys go to nationals, 8 All-Americans. Harley was the one that didn't. Right. And now finally having to kind of come to terms with that a little bit. It's like, okay, something has to change. Right. And we saw a lot of that from Harley this summer. He made that switch. He was like, yeah, you know what? I need to get bigger. I'm going to get bigger. I'm going to do it not my way. I'm going to do it the way I know I'm supposed to do it. Right. Which is tough to do. So kudos to him for doing that. And, he's got a tough road ahead finding his spot back on the team with AJ Ferrari in there. But
heard of that guy before.
He's tough. I got to roll around with him a couple times this week. Well, once this week, once last week, we got to wrestle around a little bit. But
take me through that. Again, someone still learning wrestling. There are definitely advantages, like you said, especially in the heavyweight conversation. I mean, 270 versus 235. I mean, advantage 270. But 235's got to have some advantage in that.
They're faster.
Right. So how much of a learning process and adjustment is it for guys coming to college, or even when you're in the lineup and maybe you're 4 or 5 pounds down, 8 pounds down, whatever it is, to realize that, I don't have to get caught up in, this guy's bigger than me. I have my own advantages. I just got to get there and find it.
A lot of that comes in the practice room, right? Switching up partners. If you're the biggest kid in the room, it's hard to find someone. Obviously, it's hard to find someone bigger than you. Right. But with Harley, who is an undersized heavyweight, we have Christian Lance, who is an All-American. He came up from Division II, came to Nebraska, got bigger, got stronger, did the things that he needed to do to break through. So he had some size on Harley. So kind of being able to wrestle around with him a little bit allows him to kind of learn how to navigate that weight difference, And with Tervel, I don't know if you've met Coach Tervel.
Oh, yeah, he's been in.
Grizzly Bear.
Oh.
That dude is massive.
Yes.
He's a ginormous
large human.
That's a big dude. So, right, being able to work with those guys, an Olympic bronze medalist who is ginormous, right? So being able to get in there
and
and work
scary
with
name,
him.
Tervel Delagnev. Not messing with him.
That's what I'm saying.
Nope, no dark alleys. No,
Right.
thank you.
And he's an anomaly though, because he can wrestle with anybody in the room. Tervel can. It's crazy. But being able to like wrestle with those guys and learn how to navigate that weight difference and learn how to, okay, when I do this, like, right, the weight is too much for me. So I need to kind of change the way I shoot my attacks, whether you like low singles, regular singles, high crotches, right? You got to kind of learn how to kind of navigate those. So I think that having different size partners with our heavyweights is good. Right. Because you kind of get to learn those different feels. If you're going out there and you're wrestling an undersized heavyweight, okay, well, I wrestle with our 97 pounders. I wrestle with our smaller heavyweights. If you have a big kid, well, okay, I wrestle with Tervel. Right. And for me, like being able to lean on your practice partners a lot, like I really didn't get nervous this year at all when I was wrestling because I knew I'm not going to wrestle a single kid who can beat Trelly.
Sure.
No one I'm going to wrestle can beat Antrell. So like, what am I worried about? And with Harley, I feel like he might have had a little harder time with that. Like you wrestle with Tervel every day. You're not going to touch a kid who can beat Tervel.
No. Any success you have against this guy sure ought to translate.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. And being able to wrestle with Christian Lance and being able to kind of like pick little things from his brain and ask him different questions because he was Division II. Made the jump up, sat for a year, got his chance, All-American. Beat Wyatt Hendrickson in the blood round, who beat Gable Stevenson last year.
That's right.
Right. That was who Christian Lance beat in the blood round to become an All-American. Right. So it's like he's been out there and scrapped with and beat some of the best. Right. But I don't know, being able to develop confidence in an athlete is something that me as a coach, I haven't figured out yet, other than like telling them like, hey dude, like you're good. You can be successful if you like stick with it, but I don't know. That's tough.
It's tricky because there's only so much you can do as a coach and as someone on the outside. I mean, you've been through it. You had that switch flip moment. You can't force it to happen. It's just going to happen when it happens. And the unfortunate part is that for some, college student athletes, that switch won't flip until they're in their professional career. Man, what could have been with the physical traits, what they were in high school. Not saying they were a worse wrestler because of it, but everyone, has that moment at a different point. The guys that are able to find that moment earlier, right? Maybe they had it when they were 10 years old. They're going up against some 14-year-old and kick their butt. Okay, I'm good. I have the confidence to do it. Other people, maybe it's their senior year of high school. Been grinding for 3 years. And okay, finally, I feel like I'm at this point. But then, okay, good enough to go to college. Well, just kidding. Got to find a way to flip that switch again. Because like you said, you walk into the room, everyone's got that resume. It's got to be a process.
And I had it when I was younger. Like when I was in 3rd grade, I won the National Triple Crown, which is you win USA Wrestling Nationals and folk style, freestyle, and Greco in the same year.
Woo!
Right. So like when I was in 3rd grade, I understood how to wrestle. I started figuring all that stuff out and I had that feel like I could wrestle with anybody. It didn't matter. And like Penn State's 141 pounder, I've been wrestling Bo Bartlett since I was like 7. Like we've been wrestling, right?
You know each other. Yeah.
But then once I pulled my red shirt, I lost my first 5 matches. I lost 5 duels in a row. I lost. Right. So it was like, that was kind of
after never losing.
Yeah. After not losing in high school, winning multiple national titles. Right. So it was kind of like, sometimes you have to have that re-spark. Right.
Sure.
And sometimes you have to get knocked down to figure that out. Right. And for me, it was the Oregon State duel because the ones before that. So I dropped a bad one at UNI. And then I lost to the number 1, number 2, number 3 ranked kids in the country back to back to back, which did suck. That sucked. Right. Like those 3 together had 3 national titles. So I was like, but those matches I was in the matches. They were tight. They were close. So I was like, yeah, I can do it. And then after I lost to another kid who wasn't at that level, it was like, okay, something has to change.
Well, and that's where, to cross over sports a little bit here in the news of the week, Nebraska football's got to have that moment. It's only so much they were close, we're competing against good teams, right? Like you, 1, 2, and 3, you're there, you're in it. Now, I don't think we're rooting for an embarrassing Husker football loss by any stretch of the imagination. But at some point, either the program's going to find that spark of, okay, we're close, I'm going to use this as confidence and springboard, or there's going to have to be another come to Jesus moment, another rock bottom, if you want to call it that.
Sometimes you need to get punched in the face.
Right.
Right. And hopefully that's what that was for us this weekend. Right. Because I didn't think that we played great. I didn't think we played great, but at the same time, so like there's a lot of room for growth, but at the same time, we didn't play bad. Like Dylan Raiola did not play bad.
Right.
He played good. He was throwing the ball well. He was completing passes. The Hail Mary was awesome. Right. And
taking hits, hanging in there,
doing his thing, so there is room to grow, but we'll see. And we'll get right back into it. More Takedown Tuesday coming at you next on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, this is Tom Osborne. Join me on September 23rd and dine at your favorite local Renza in support of Teammates Mentoring. 10% of Renza sales on September 23rd will benefit your local Teammates Mentoring chapter. Teammates Mentoring helps students reach their full potential by providing a caring adult mentor to meet with them once a week in school. Thank you for your support of Teammates Mentoring. We will see you at Runza on September 23rd.
Follow the Huskers to the City of Angels when Nebraska plays at UCLA in November. Book your official Nebraska alumni travel package at HuskerFanTravel.com. Choose from 2 or 3 night options that include a hotel in scenic Santa Monica, an exclusive welcome event, game day transportation, and the official Husker Huddle pregame party. Add on your game tickets for an optional upgrade. Transportation to and from LA is not included. Join the official Nebraska alumni trip to see the Huskers play at UCLA. Spots are limited, so book your trip now at HuskerFanTravel.com. When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Are your feet just killing you and you feel like all hope is lost? Say goodbye to discomfort and hello to pain relief at Brown's Shoe Fit. They offer expert advice along with high-quality products to help you find the right solution tailored to your specific needs. Need a different width? Not a problem. Brown's carries a wide range of widths in store. Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Oh, Kansas.
Here we go.
Second half today.
You just don't stop giving, do you?
Green flag, we're underway.
The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history. Close to downtown, amazing campgrounds, 3 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs.
You guys can't drive.
Now you're just showing off. But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 26th through the 28th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Hi, this is Tom Osborne. Join me on September 23rd and dine at your favorite local Renza in support of Teammates Mentoring. 10% of Renza sales on September 23rd will benefit your local Teammates Mentoring chapter. Teammates Mentoring helps students reach their full potential by providing a caring adult mentor to meet with them once a week in school. Thank you for your support of Teammates Mentoring. We will see you at Runza on September 23rd.
Are you tired of your usual barbershop experience? Stop into Scissors and Scotch today. I know what you're thinking. Drink during a haircut? Don't worry. First comes the precision cut from one of their experienced barbers, followed by your complimentary cocktail in their upscale lounge. Scissors and Scotch blends your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. And now you can earn $10 off by simply mentioning the ticket. And if you're an existing member, still mention the ticket for an exclusive offer. Offer valid at Lincoln location only. Scissors and Scotch, located just south of 30th and Yankee Hill, and online at lincoln.scissorscotch.com.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs has been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Off will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloff.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Off, cleanup made simple.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
With your look inside Husker Wrestling, here is your host, Ridge Lovett, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Ridge Lovett. With me today, Austin Orman. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but the graphic is out on the Husker Wrestling social media. We are 40 days out from our home opener. Oh, yeah. Army at home. And that will also be alumni night. Yep, putting up me and Antrell's national championship banners in the Devaney. It's going to be a good day. I'm excited for it. I'm real excited for it.
I will say, from the outside looking in, it's always hilarious when teams beat like Army and Navy and Air Force and stuff. Like, oh, you guys are physically better than the people that are in the Army, or our rifle team, takes them down. Oh, you guys can shoot better than the people that we need to do the shooting. How am I supposed to feel about this?
Oh man, I don't know.
Obviously, go Big Red. But
obviously, go Big Red. Scurs by 90 all day. But I don't know. I don't know. I could be a Navy SEAL, I think.
Oh, heck yeah.
I watch those videos and I'm like, I could do this. Like, I don't know if I could swim that great. Like, out there in that freezing cold water.
Yeah.
But they'll teach me how to swim. I can figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm from North Idaho. I can shoot too. Like, come on.
There we go.
I've been hunting forever.
If you wanted to be a doctor, I mean, that's the mental part of things. If you got the physical part down. Mm-hmm. So you're like,
right. Just got to be tough sometimes. Right. And that's something that's hard to teach is toughness. And, what we were just talking about during the break is like getting people to kind of like buy into a system that we have going, right? We talk a lot about culture, and what makes the culture good is that the whole team's bought in, right? The coaching staff is on one page. This is how we want our program to be. These are the things we want to strive to do. These are the areas we want to get better in. And these are the things we need to focus on to do this. And having a team, I've been here for a while now, and I've seen teams that were kind of bought in, right? And we didn't have the success. And then this last year's team completely bought in, right? We had the same problem last year that we had this year, where we had to kick kids out of the wrestling room. We're like, hey, you need to rest. You need to rest your body. We're getting ready to go into the season. I understand you've been putting in work all summer long, but this next week, you guys are not allowed in the wrestling room, right? This is the second time we've had to do that, which is awesome. But with kids who haven't quite bought into that yet, right? I don't know the answer to it, and I don't know if anybody knows the answer to it, but how do you get kids to buy into what the coaches are preaching, buy into the system that we have developed? Like what do you think?
It's probably easier when guys are in a system for a while. Mm-hmm. That's been a big, talking point across sports is when you have transfers, when you have young guys come in, maybe guys were a big shot somewhere, lower level are taking a step up. Maybe they're at now that there are many bigger name programs in Nebraska in wrestling, but they're a bench, guy there. They come down here and expect to start, even though they haven't earned it. It goes back to, I think, what you said about your resume coming into college, wherever you are. I hope that the majority of student athletes or even professional athletes, when they get to a new place, there's got to be that fine line between that athletic arrogance of, yeah, I'm this dude. I got this confidence about me. I can do this. I'm not going to be scared, but also understanding what you walked into, the culture that has made this place successful before you and the culture that will make this place successful after you. I get it. I mean, there's got to be some ego involved in it, right? Like, especially in wrestling, a one-on-one sport. I'm better than this dude. Mm-hmm. He doesn't stand a chance against me. But channeling that in a healthy way, not just for yourself, but for the rest of your team too. You don't have to minimize yourself in the way of, I'm always going to take the back seat. I'm going to be passive. But there's some things that are bigger than you, no matter who you are in a program. If you're the walk-on to the highest paid dude, you're on the team. You know, it's the name on the front versus name on the back sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Right. And with wrestling, with it being the one-on-one thing, like my goal the whole time I was here was I wanted a team trophy. I knew that I could win a national title. I think I was pretty sure.
Like you did that before?
Yeah. I was pretty sure that I could have went to any school that was recruiting me and could have won a national title. But what could have pushed me to be the best wrestler that I could be? Silas Allred was just talking about it with Rock, who works for ESPN.
Yeah.
He was in town this weekend about I came to Nebraska because I could be the best wrestler that I could be, right? Which was a big reason that I chose to come to school here. And also because I met the kids on the team. I came on 2 visits and I was like, yeah, these kids, they know
they're my
up.
dudes.
They know what's up. They're my dudes. They're cool people and they all want to be great. Right. So having everybody kind of, I don't know how to do it, but to get everybody to kind of converge onto the same path.
Here's the thing. Don't beat yourself up about it because even the guys that you think of, you know, the best culture builders, right? You think about maybe like a Pete Carroll in the NFL. You think about a Nick Saban or whoever have you. Their hit rate's not 100%.
Nope.
It never has been, never will be.
Nope. You never know. Like, right. We're talk versus actions. Like, yeah, like I love what you guys are doing. Like, yeah, it seems like a good thing, but until they get in there and step into the fire, right? You never really know.
Are they staying in it or are they stepping back out? Should we find out?
We're firemen. We stay in it. Fight the fire, control the fire. You know what I'm saying? All right. That was another week of Takedown Tuesday. Thank you guys on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, this is Tom Osborne. Join me on September 23rd and dine at your favorite local Renza in support of Teammates Mentoring. 10% of Renza sales on September 23rd will benefit your local Teammates Mentoring chapter. Teammates Mentoring helps students reach their full potential by providing a caring adult mentor to meet with them once a week in school. Thank you for your support of Teammates Mentoring. We will see you at Runza on September 23rd.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Are you tired of your usual barbershop experience? Stop into Scissors and Scotch today. I know what you're thinking. Drink during a haircut? Don't worry. First comes the precision cut from one of their experienced barbers, followed by your complimentary cocktail in their upscale lounge. Scissors and Scotch blends your old school barber feel with your